Hello and welcome back to the channel. It's no secret that I prefer hi-fi that looks as good as it sounds, and today we'll be looking at a product that I've wanted to review for quite some time. It's the Naim Muso, a product that very much reminds me of Bang & Olufsen. The name Naim is an interesting one. Just try saying it 5 times and tell me you don't hear the seagulls from Finding Nemo. Naim. Anyway, it was founded in 1969 by Julian Verrecki, who, amongst other things, was a racing car driver and an engineer, who, like Amar Bose, was tired of the established hi-fi equipment available on the market, as he believed he could make a better product. And that's exactly what he did. He went out, started his own company, and they made many audio products. And in 1985, for some reason, Julian teamed up with another guy to start a bicycle company called Brompton Bicycles. There is no word on their history page whether this came with a hi-fi system inbuilt. Anyway, moving on to 2014, Naim launched the Muso, which went on to be a highly regarded product, receiving 5 stars from What Hi-Fi, and in 2019 they updated the Naim Muso with the very originally named Naim Muso 2, and that is the product that we'll be looking at today. Let's start off with the design. It's essentially a rectangular box, but sometimes the most simpler forms can be the most elegant. The finish is an exquisite gunmetal grey brushed aluminium. At first glance, it appears to be made from one single piece of metal, as there is no join lines, and this is especially noticeable around the circular control. And the whole thing feels hefty and solid, like a well-made brushed aluminium brick. It's actually a pressed panel that is supported by a plastic frame, and at the back is a huge heatsink, which is uniform with no breaks in the styling. A design statement in itself. Yes, a designer heatsink. It's only on the right side where the lines are broken, where you can see the USB port and an indicator light. The Muso sits on a thick piece of acrylic, which is lit so that when it's turned on, you get a nice light effect. The Muso comes with a black speaker grille as standard for $3,100. For an extra $155, you can change the grille to olive, peacock, or terracotta. If one was coming home with me, it would be peacock all the way. There have been 2 special editions of the Muso, the wood edition made from lacquered hardwood, and the Bentley edition, also made from wood. The wood edition, from photos, looks like a wood effect vinyl sticker, but it is real wood, as you can see here. Sorry Naim. The Bentley edition comes in a darker wood with copper accents. It's an acquired taste. Last price I could see for the Bentley edition was $4,200. These are no longer available, but worth mentioning as it follows Bang & Olufsen by offering different material finishes to products, with wood finishes costing more than the standard finishes.
The Sound Store is Australia's largest single-door reseller of Sonos speakers. They are experts in home audio installation and home automation. They are currently having a promo on KEF speakers with up to 25% off selected models until the 1st of September. Their showroom is in Newmark at the corner of Crowhurst and Kent Street. Call them today on 09520 2105 or visit the website thesoundstore.nz.
And the connections, which are all hidden in a small recess. There is aux in, optical in, and an Ethernet port, in case you want to wire your wireless system. Looking at the bottom, you can see the base port. Removing the speaker grille reveals all the Muso's sound secrets. It's literally packed full of speakers, and they aren't short on power with a total output of 450 watts. This compact box packs a big speaker punch. All the main unit's controls are via the circular interface at the top. It lights up when a hand is near it. Rotating the dial changes the volume. Tactile is the word I want to use. There is play, track next, track back, and pause. The star brings up favorites or presets, and the 3 dots brings up inputs. It does come with a remote control, which has most of the same functions as the dial. It adds the ability to change the brightness of the lights, However, while sharp lines and edges work well on the main unit, it doesn't translate to a remote control. It's uncomfortable to hold with the plastic edges digging into your hands. It's also a bit cheap, being all plastic. Let me show you around the connections. It can do Bluetooth, which requires you to go into the app to put it into Bluetooth pairing. It works like any Bluetooth device, but if you change sources and then go back to Bluetooth, it will forget the last device it was connected to, and you need to select pair again from that device. Not a big issue, as it's a streaming device after all. It supports USB file playback and supports a wide range of music formats. When USB is selected, it plays immediately. There are 3 other inputs. Auxiliary, which is your standard line in. Here it is attached to an iPad. There is optical input as well, so you can listen to CD players like the Marantz CD6007. Going back to this dial here, when you click the star, you get your presets. And on your home page on the app, you can see the presets that are selected. They're either Spotify presets or iRadio presets. This is where the app gets a bit weird. Naim have gone to the trouble of having a dedicated Spotify light on the main control, but yet there isn't Spotify integration into the app. And to add a Spotify preset, you need to open up the Spotify app, then select the music that you want to play that music, then go back to the Folklore Naim app, then click Spotify, then click Resume Playback, and then you need to select that music, and then you can click on the star, and now you can add preset, which feels like a convoluted user journey for what is listed as a main feature in the user manual. And it's also worth mentioning that this button here is a Resume Spotify Playlist button. So if you're not a Spotify user, you can't add playlists or presets. However, once you've set up presets, accessing them is easy. It's worth noting that overall the Naim app works really rather well. It's quick to play content, change songs, and is smooth and easy to operate. It has a really rather decent user experience, even with the search function. Now, back to the home page of the Naim app, you can also access things like internet radio. You can just go in there and select a favourite and play that. The first thing that's on the Naim app is servers. Now, I'm assuming this is so that you can access a network drive full of music, so you can play that on your Naim system. And if you go into one of them, you can see your favourites, but it doesn't work. It says it's working, it kind of comes up, but it won't actually play that content. The Naim app also has settings like sleep timers, alarms, and under other settings is one Easter egg, which is the lighting, and it comes up with a full screen display and these nifty little buttons which allow you to adjust the lighting of the Muso. So far we've learnt that the Naim Muso is good looking, easy to use, well made, but now the question comes, how does it sound? Wow, the Naim Muso really delivers. great sound quality. It's amazing to think that this small box can produce such big, room-filling, clear, well-defined sound, but it can. And it also has the bass to back it up. It sounds well-defined and there is clarity and definition, and all for a price of only $3,100, which in hi-fi land is fairly affordable. Yes, overall the Naim Muso really delivers. It sounds great. But there's one more trick up its sleeve. Remember that third input I didn't mention? Well, it's HDMI ARC. It's this third input that turns the Muso from a music system into a soundbar. And as you can see here, it's a very similar size to the Sonos Beam. The Naim Muso works rather well as a soundbar and enhances the sound of your favourite YouTube videos. It also works rather well for movies.
Keep absolutely still. Especially.
And wouldn't you believe it, it works really well as a soundbar too, delivering great sound all round and a decent level of bass despite the fact it doesn't have a subwoofer. The Naim Muso is a great product. It's good looking, it's well designed, it's well finished, it sounds good with music, it sounds good with movies, it's easy to use with a great user interface on the product itself and on the app. The Naim Muso really is deserving of a 5-star rating, as it's the all-rounder that can do no wrong. If I were you and I didn't have a hi-fi system in my life, I'd be going out and buying one immediately, because it really does deliver on all fronts, and for $3,100 it's a bit of a bargain, being well over half the price of a comparable Bang & Olufsen product. And if you are going to buy one, go and buy one from the Sound Store if you are in New Zealand. Now don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe to the channel and share this with your friends, and leave a comment down below. I'll be along soon with more videos on amazing hi-fi equipment.